If you are in the world of e-commerce, if you work at a company that relates to e-commerce, if you work at a SaaS company, an AI company, a tech company like Shopify, Klaviyo, you name it, any provider out there, big or small, you can get involved in Hearts of Commerce by taking the Hearts of Commerce pledge. It's a non-binding pledge. Let me explain to you how you can support this very important mission to raise awareness about genetic heart disease in the world of e-commerce. You can equip your offices and your places of business with AEDs and give people CPR training and AED training. Why is that important? Because from the moment someone goes into cardiac arrest, you have mere minutes before they suffer irreversible brain damage or death. So just by increasing the presence of AEDs, automated external defibrillators, in your place of business and the homes of your employees, you can save lives, and that might be life-changing to somebody. Second, you can encourage and promote screening among your employees. So what this means is you can encourage employees to talk to their doctors, you can hold awareness events and promote people to share their family heart history with their doctors, nothing to do with the company, but to just raise awareness that conditions like hypertrophic cardiomyopathy exist. They affect 1 in every 250 people, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed. 80% of the people walking around with these genetic heart diseases, specifically HCM, don't even know about it. And so imagine just by finding out, you could literally prevent someone from dying. That's how serious the awareness aspect of this is. The next way people can contribute to Hearts of Commerce, you can be accommodating to people who are patients living with heart disease. I was one of them. My whole life, 20 years, I did not know I had HCM, and I was huffing and puffing everywhere I went. I was slow. I had all these things that made it harder for me to live, and I didn't know it. But still, imagine if you had someone who was known to have a heart condition and they need a little extra time getting ready, or they need a little extra care. For example, more practically speaking, I have to go to the doctor more often than most people. I have to have mandatory screenings. I have an extra burden of care because I'm living with this disease, which I did not ask for, which I inherited from my genetics. And so those people deserve a little extra grace, because ultimately you'll have happier, healthier employees, which obviously raises your bottom line. So there's a selfish reason for a company to support patients, and you'll have a happier retention rate and a better workplace. So another thing that companies in the e-commerce world can do is to promote change at the legislative level. Organizations like the HCMA are working to help pass laws like the Children's Cardiac Safety Act in every state of the United States. And these are laws which help make sure that on regular well-child annual screenings and visits to the doctor, they ask a sequence of questions which helps make sure to uncover any family heart history issues or issues with the child where they've been feeling symptomatic. This is to help ensure that screening occurs so that no child passes away at school in gym class or dies suddenly on the playing field while playing athletics. This is what is seriously at stake. And companies like you, the big companies, the companies with so much money and so much influence in this world because of how important e-commerce is and commerce is to our daily life, you hold an inordinate amount of power. So you can make a difference if you support Hearts of Commerce. Now, there's one more direct way, and I think this is a lot harder to ask because there's so many causes, and why this one? And so I can't tell you that you should only donate money to organizations like the HCMA, the Hypertrophic Cardiomyopathy Association, which is a registered 501c3 in the United States. If you actually directly engage these companies and donate, or if you help participate in fundraisers, like I raised $6,000 for a 5K earlier this year, and it had a massive impact. You are printing money in this economy and in this world. So many millions being spent on galas and events that are just really celebrations of money. But imagine this percentage of this money went to causes like the HCMA. This money goes directly to benefit patients. It helps fund their travel grants to facilities that are specialized in this disease. It helps further education. It helps further training doctors and educating medical providers to treat this disease. It helps at every level of the process. So your dollars are going to a place that you can truly say, with a 30-year history, has a documented track record of saving lives and is on the forefront of this disease at all levels. And so you might have a cause you feel passionate about. It could be a form of cancer, it could be other heart diseases, it could be about children being homeless, it could be about anything. So do not forget that we as leaders in this field have the power to change the world for good, because there's so much bad going on, there's so much negativity going on, that apathy is the true enemy. So whatever you're passionate about, I ask you to think about it and support this cause specifically. But if you don't, please support something, because if we sit idle and waste this opportunity, people will die, and we can prevent that.